Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Significant story developments that will upend everything are in the works for Steffy. According to the Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy Forrester is still a significant character who has a knack for capturing audiences' interest. Regardless of your feelings about her, Steffy is a formidable presence and a constant source of amusement. It's time to look ahead and consider what's planned now that 2025 has begun. Here are 3 twists that are in the works for Steffy because some major story events are likely to upend everything. Luna's release causes issues. First, B&B will be dramatic when Steffy learns that Bill Spencer is abusing his position of authority to free Luna Nozawa from prison. Steffy will undoubtedly be taken aback by that and may lose her temper and question whether there is any way to stop it. Steffy will eventually discover, though, that she is powerless to reverse Bill's behavior. Despite all of her justifications for temporary insanity, Luna's release could be problematic and put Steffy in jeopardy once more. We wouldn't be shocked if the cage mayhem occurred again or if Luna later did something even worse to Steffy. Steffy's next turn of events might very well be an unexpected return to Forrester power. Steffy may find a way to retake the company's crown alongside Ridge Forrester because she isn't going to give up on her goal of becoming a co-CEO again. After hearing the news, Steffy is unlikely to have much faith in Brook Logan, who is working on her own plan. Steffy might decide to devise her own plan instead, and she could be instrumental in exposing Carter Walton and Hope Logan. The parent trap backfires. Although Steffy likes to say she is no longer parent trapping, the truth is that she is actively working to bring Ridge and Taylor Hayes back together. Steffy might soon discover that you should be cautious about what you desire for if Taylor and Ridge are indeed headed toward a full-fledged reconciliation. Ridge has attempted to calm Steffy, who is already a little concerned that Taylor may experience heartbreak once more. Unfortunately, Ridge will never treat Taylor the way she deserves to be treated because we know him better than he knows himself. When Ridge wounds Taylor again and breaks the joyful reunion bubble she's trying to construct, Steffy might be in for a nasty awakening. It might not be meant to stay, even if Taylor and Ridge experience some momentary happiness again. Stay in for more predictions on all the chaos as the Bold and the Beautiful predicts that Steffy's world will unfold in some startling ways in the upcoming months. Make CDL your go-to B&B source because we'll have more exciting Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, predictions, news, and updates for you. Does Steffy Forrester actually have to go? According to teasers for the Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy Forrester's walls are closing in, and soon Dr. Finn's wife will pick up her children and leave town once more. When things go difficult, the Forrester heiress has a history of fleeing Los Angeles, and according to B&B rumors, things will only get worse. Here are some spoilers for what will happen next on Bold and Beautiful. Does Steffy Forrester's departure from Bold and the Beautiful exist? This year has been difficult for Steffy Forrester. In self-defense, she killed Sugar after being attacked by Sheila Carter's doppelganger. Later, her husband was holding her hostage while canoodling with Hope Logan Luna Nozawa, and she recently lost her family's business to Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor. There has never been a better moment to flee from home. According to teasers for the Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy will be even more stressed the following month when Dollar Bill assists in obtaining Luna Nozawa's release from jail. The Forrester heiress recovered swiftly from her horrific cage experience, but it was simple to move on from her captor's imprisonment and eventual disappearance. Luna might go completely crazy if she runs into Dr. Finn's wife. Does Steffy Forrester of B&B need a vacation? Steffy will have a lot of free time now that she is not employed at Forrester Creations and has no business to manage. Steffy would have an excellent reason to take a vacation and leave town if the reports are accurate and Luna is released from prison. Viewers of B&B are certain that Jacqueline McInneswood is expecting her 5th child and is attempting to conceal a pregnancy bump. The authors are getting ready to send Steffy out of town, which would explain why. 3 arguments against Brook and Ridge ever getting back together. Ridge Forrester and Brook Logan may have once been soulmates, according to the Bold and the Beautiful. Fans disagree, though, and think they shouldn't reunite. The Bold and the Beautiful, is it too late for Ridge Forrester and Brook Logan? According to The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge and Brook have been spending more time apart recently than together. Ridge allegedly concurred that their union was predestined. They ought to reconsider their choice to become a pair, though. Even after numerous attempts to patch things up, Ridge and Brook still don't have a commitment to one another. Ridge dissolved their union. Brook and her role at Forrester Creations are not respected by Ridge. Ridge's current behavior suggests that he doesn't know Brook well. Love is insufficient sometimes. Their kids will always be a problem for B&B. There will always be problems between Hope Logan and Steffy Forrester, in part because of their jealousy of one another. No matter how many times she vows to stay out of the way, Steffy will constantly try to push Ridge in Taylor Hayes' direction. Additionally, Ridge will always be angry with Hope for taking over Forrester Creations with Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor. Ridge disagreed and will probably never be able to trust Hope or Carter again, even though they may have persuaded themselves that they were acting morally. It's possible that The Bold and the Beautiful's destiny has changed. For years, Ridge has asserted that it is fate. But they still have a tendency to split up and then get back together more frequently than before. It was simple to assume at first that they were meant to be together. Before they accept their fate and go on, how many times can you break one other's hearts? When will Ridge and Brook mature and begin talking about and solving their issues if they are fated to be together? When will Ridge stop returning to Taylor in search of someone to confide in? Ridge and Brook can't keep hurting each other and then say they're meant to be together. It's absurd how Ridge distinguishes his daughter from Brook's daughter. This time, if Brook returns to Ridge, she is not only endorsing his disregard for her daughter but also his treatment of her. All Brook has to do is leave Ridge alone and move on. She is not worthy of the waffler. Surprises ahead for Steffy, significant story developments that will upend everything. One of the main characters on The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy Forrester, never fails to enthrall viewers with her unwavering will and ferocious ambition. Whether you like her or not, Steffy is a force to be reckoned with since her plots are always exciting, dramatic, and captivating. The Forrester heiress is predicted to encounter more difficulties and surprising turns in 2025, which will alter her connections and existence. Here's a glance at what Steffy has in store for the coming months, including her conflicts at Forrester Creations, family strife, and risky situations. Luna's release causes issues. The sudden release of Luna Nozawa from prison, which was masterminded by none other than Bill Spencer, is one of the major events that is about to rock Steffy's life. Bill, who is well known for his power struggles and unrelenting quest for justice, or retribution, shocks the Forrester family with his decision to liberate Luna. Since Luna had caused her to experience trauma and chaos, Steffy finds her release to be a bitter pill to chew. At first, Steffy reacts angrily and incredulously. She feels deceived by the system that let Luna get away with it as well as by Bill's meddling. But as Steffy considers the ramifications of Luna's freedom, her indignation soon gives way to terror. Will Luna pursue her once more in an attempt to exact retribution for the incidents that led to her incarceration? Steffy is still haunted by the memories of her terrifying encounter with Luna, and she is fully aware that danger can appear at any time. With the possibility of even higher stakes, this turn of events might result in a rekindled rivalry between Steffy and Luna. A high-stakes drama that could jeopardize Steffy's safety and her family's tranquility is put in motion by Luna's release, whether it's a psychological game of cat and mouse or another confrontation. Forrester Creations, a battle for domination. Steffy has a strong love for Forrester Creations, thus it has been a painful blow to lose her co-CEO role to Carter Walton and Hope Logan. But when it comes to fighting, Steffy isn't one to back down. Steffy starts planning her comeback to leadership of the family business since she is determined to take back her proper position. One of the most interesting facets of her plot in the upcoming months is likely to be her pursuit of domination and atonement. Steffy is doubtful to believe Brook Logan's intentions, even though she has her own ambitions to change things at Forrester Creations. Alternatively, she may create her own route, coming up with a clever plan to outsmart Carter and Hope. Steffy is a strong opponent because to her resourcefulness and persistence, and her attempts to regain her position may result in unanticipated alliances and betrayals. In addition to rekindling Steffy's love for her family's heritage, this power struggle exacerbates already existing conflicts within the Forrester line. Given that Ridge might rejoin the company, Steffy might see her father as a supporter or a competitor, depending on their divergent ideas for the business. The parent trap backfires. A recurrent topic has been Steffy's interference in Ridge and Taylor's relationship because she still hopes her parents will get back together. Despite she claims that she is no longer engaging in the parent trap, her behavior seems to indicate otherwise. Steffy gently, or not so gently, encourages Ridge and Taylor to get back together because she thinks they belong together. But there are many obstacles in the way of Ridge and Taylor's romance being revived. The feasibility of any reunion is called into question by Ridge's well-documented history of vacillating between Brook and Taylor and his incapacity to properly commit to either. Steffy may have the greatest of intentions, but her attempts could go horribly wrong. Ridge and Taylor's newfound happiness might not last long if they do get back together. Steffy worries that her mother might be harmed once more, and Ridge's pattern of indecision and treachery looms large. Steffy would be devastated to see Taylor go through another heartbreak, and she would have to face the unexpected repercussions of her interference. Steffy's entire world goes haywire. Steffy's personal life is also in danger of disruption, as if the difficulties at Forrester Creations and the family drama weren't enough. Numerous fans have speculated that Steffy may briefly leave Los Angeles because to rumors of Jacqueline McInnes Wood's real-life pregnancy. Given that Steffy wants to get away from the stress and risk that Luna's presence entails, this possible departure may be related to Luna's release. The Forrester family dynamic and Steffy's relationships would be impacted if she decides to leave town. At Forrester Creations, her disappearance would create a hole that might allow other characters to take center stage. Her return, though, would surely be explosive as she reclaims her position with newfound vigor and perhaps even some new secrets. A pillar of the bold and the beautiful for many years has been the enduring romance between Brook Logan and Ridge Forrester. Although their cyclical relationship has left admirers wondering if their time together is over, their passionate love tale has captivated audiences. Even though they say they are meant to be together, the difficulties they encounter appear to get worse with time, raising doubts about their compatibility as life partners. A bond characterized by unrest. Although there has always been turmoil in Ridge and Brook's relationship, the most recent events show a big change. They were once predicted to be a couple who would be in love forever, but today they spend more time apart than together. Ridge's actions reveal a lack of commitment, especially the dissolution of their marriage. His lack of regard for Brook on a personal and professional level further complicates their turbulent relationship. Ridge's contempt for Brook's achievements at Forrester Creations highlights a more serious problem. Ridge appears to misinterpret or ignore Brook's worth and viewpoint despite years of shared history. In the past, love could have been sufficient to keep them together, but their current relationship is noticeably lacking in mutual respect and understanding. Family breakdowns. It is impossible to overstate the importance of their kids in their relationship. Tensions between Brook and Ridge are made worse by the continuous rivalry between Hope Logan and Steffy Forrester. Brook and Ridge are always at odds because of the jealousy and rivalry that fuel their anger toward one another. The situation is made more difficult by Steffy's devotion to her mother, Taylor Hayes. Steffy frequently pushes Ridge toward Taylor, destroying his connection with Brook, even though she has vowed to keep out of his romantic life. Ridge's animosity toward Hope also contributes to the clash. Ridge viewed the takeover of Forrester Creations by Hope and Carter Walton as a betrayal. Ridge's unwillingness to forgive Hope and Carter suggests a lasting rift, even if they felt their actions were in the best interests of the organization. Ridge finds it difficult to keep his personal problems apart from his romantic relationship with Brook, which reflects this mistrust. Their children's persistent meddling guarantees that Brook and Ridge will never be able to completely escape the outside forces affecting their relationship. The brittleness of destiny. The romance between Brook and Ridge has revolved around the idea of destiny. They have declared for years that they are meant to succeed in every endeavor together. The regularity of their splits and reconciliations, however, points to the opposite. Before the concept of destiny becomes meaningless, how many times can two people destroy each other? Why do Brook and Ridge keep ignoring the fundamental problems in their relationship if they are genuinely meant to be together? Their propensity for emotional outbursts and avoiding deep conversations betrays a lack of maturity. Their incapacity to resolve issues is startling for a couple who say they have an unshakable tie. Ridge's tendency to turn to Taylor whenever he faces challenges with Brook demonstrates his emotional reliance on other people. He turns to Taylor for comfort rather than facing his problems with Brook, which feeds the cycle of betrayal and hurt. Ridge's behavior is only made possible by Brook's continual forgiveness, which results in a situation where neither party is held responsible for their deeds. The injustice of the double standard. Ridge's unequal treatment of Brook's and Ridge's daughters is one of the most obvious problems in their relationship. It is hard to overlook the breach that is created by Ridge's partiality for Steffy and his critical assessment of Hope. In addition to undermining her role as a mother, Brook's acceptance of this double standard shows that she is prepared to put up with Ridge's rudeness. Brook runs the risk of endorsing Ridge's actions and creating a negative precedent if she decides to get back together with him. A way ahead. Ridge and Brook need to face their problems head-on if they hope to have any chance of mending their relationship. Honest communication, respect for one another, and a willingness to adjust are necessary for this. Ridge and Brook must both own up to their mistakes and acknowledge the harm they have done to one another over the years. Their partnership is likely to continue its destructive cycle until these basic changes are made. On the other hand, it could be time for Brook and Ridge to acknowledge that their relationship is over. Love isn't always enough to keep a relationship going. They can pursue different avenues and even find satisfaction elsewhere by letting go of the idea of destiny. Although Brook and Ridge have a wonderful love story together, it could be time for them to start other chapters in their life. In conclusion, although audiences have been enthralled with Brook Logan and Ridge Forrester's relationship for decades, their frequent cycles of tragedy and reconciliation pose significant concerns about their future. Although they have long asserted that they are meant to be together, their failure to address basic problems raises doubts about this. The difficulties they encounter, which range from disagreements within the family to a lack of regard for one another, can seem insurmountable. One thing is certain, Brook and Ridge's time together may have come and gone, regardless of whether they decide to fight for their love or break up. A cycle of love, betrayal, and heartbreak characterizes Brook and Ridge's relationship. Because of mistrust and outside interference, their alliance has frequently broken down. Ridge's inability to fully commit to one woman is evident in his constant vacillation between Brook and Taylor Hayes. Their relationship has been constantly threatened by Brook's impulsive actions, which often involve other men in Ridge's social circle. Their romance frequently seems to be a never-ending cycle of second chances, yet the same issues keep coming up after each reconciliation. Their relationship is essentially problematic, whether it is because of Ridge's tendency to run away at the first sign of danger or Brook's inability to set boundaries with past loves like Bill Spencer. Both sides get emotionally spent as they keep making the same mistakes rather than moving past them and developing as a team. Reuniting them would only set the stage for more grief, which isn't good for either character. Both of them are now entitled to an opportunity to achieve contentment and stability apart from the tedious back and forth that has characterized their relationship. 2. Their lifestyles have become too dissimilar. Since Brook and Ridge's lives have taken different paths, their objectives are no longer aligned. As a matriarch and businesswoman, Brook is fiercely independent and fully dedicated to her life. She takes pleasure in her authority and has shown time and time again that she is independent of Ridge in defining who she is. Ridge, on the other hand, prefers Taylor and the sense of belonging she provides because he is usually drawn to conventional family dynamics. Ridge's most recent betrayal, selecting Taylor over Brook because of a miscommunication regarding a CPS call, demonstrated how quickly his allegiances may change when he feels that his values of family and trust are in jeopardy. In the meantime, Brook's determination to put herself first and her health first shows maturity and an understanding that she might not need Ridge to complete her. Making an effort to bring their disparate lives together would undoubtedly resurrect old arguments. Ridge's need for stability and certainty may clash with Brook's independence, and Ridge's incapacity to completely trust Brook will continue to be a source of stress. Their different trajectories suggest that they have outgrown their past relationship, and pressuring them to get back together could stunt their personal growth. 3. It's time for fresh connections and tales. The story of Brook and Ridge might become boring after decades of intermittent drama. There would probably be little creative content in their reunion, just a repetition of pre-existing clichés. Instead, putting them apart for good gives both characters the chance to experiment with different dynamics and relationships, which could revitalize the program. Finding a partner who accepts Brook for who she is, unencumbered by past betrayals, may be the key to moving on without Ridge. She might relearn what love and friendship mean to her with a fresh start. Ridge might also gain from a partnership where he can build stability and trust without always doubting his partner's commitment. Additionally, by keeping Brook and Ridge away, the bold and the beautiful would be able to concentrate on the growth of other characters and their relationships, creating new opportunities for intrigue and drama. The series may be revitalized by unexpected alliances, rivalries, and romantic entanglements that arise from their parting. In conclusion, although Brook and Ridge will always have a close bond, their past experiences with recurrent pain, different aspirations, and a need for fresh narrative suggest that it's time for them to split ways for good. Without the routines that have kept them mired in a never-ending cycle of remorse and reconciliation, both characters deserve the chance to move on and find happiness on their own terms. By enabling them to grow as people and contribute to new, captivating plotlines that keep viewers interested, their separation enhances rather than diminishes their significance to the program. Brook and Ridge could have finally reached the realization that sometimes the only way to truly move forward is to let go. The bold and the beautiful Brook Logan is set to face Ridge Forrester's betrayal, and her response might just change everything with twists, misunderstandings, and high-stakes drama. This is one story fans won't want to miss. Let's dive into the details. What's next for Forrester Creations? The battle lines are drawn. Forrester Creations, the beating heart of so many B&B storylines, stands at the center of a brewing storm. Brook Logan, now holding the CEO position, faces mounting pressure as she fights to reclaim the company from her daughter Hope and Carter Walton. Her leadership is a bold move aimed at restoring the Forrester family's legacy, but it's also a gamble that could backfire spectacularly. The power struggle within the company mirrors the personal conflicts consuming Brook and Ridge's relationship. Brook's determination to protect Forrester Creations from what she views as rogue elements highlights her resilience and tenacity. However, her position also places her in direct conflict with Ridge, whose feelings about her actions remain complicated. The company's future hangs in the balance as Brook navigates professional challenges while grappling with personal betrayal. Will she emerge as a victorious leader, or will her emotional turmoil lead to decisions that put everything at risk? Fans are eager to see how this corporate drama unfolds alongside the intricate web of relationships driving the show. The Brook-Taylor-Ridge Triangle, a drama that never ends. The enduring love triangle between Brook Logan, Ridge Forrester, and Taylor Hayes takes another dramatic turn, reigniting a saga that has captivated fans for decades. Ridge's recent actions seeking solace in Taylor's arms have added fresh fuel to an already smoldering fire. For Taylor, this rekindling of intimacy might seem like a second chance, but the circumstances make it clear that nothing about this reunion is simple. Taylor's position is as complex as ever while her feelings for Ridge remain strong. She knows that his heart has always been torn between her and Brook. This dynamic creates a constant undercurrent of tension and uncertainty, especially as Taylor grapples with the reality of Ridge's wavering loyalty for Brook. Ridge's betrayal is a devastating blow, but it's also painfully familiar. The cyclical nature of this love triangle raises questions about whether it can ever truly be resolved. Will this latest chapter bring closure, or are Brook, Ridge, and Taylor destined to repeat the same patterns of heartbreak and reconciliation? Ours mistake, a misunderstanding that changed everything. Our Forrester's impulsive decision to sleep with Taylor Hayes stems from a deep misunderstanding, one that could cost him everything. When Ridge believed that Brook had betrayed him by taking the CEO position at Forrester Creations, he was heartbroken. To Ridge, it felt like losing both his family's legacy and his partner in the same week. In his pain, he sought comfort in the arms of a woman who had always been a source of stability. However, Ridge's actions were based on a false premise. Unbeknownst to him, Brook had taken the CEO position not as an act of betrayal, but as a calculated move to protect the company from Hope and Carter. This revelation will leave Ridge reel with guilt, forcing him to confront the consequences of his rash decision. Ridge's mistake highlights his vulnerability and his tendency to act on emotion rather than reason. For fans, it's a reminder of the flaws that make Ridge such a compelling yet frustrating character. As he grapples with his actions, the question remains, can he repair the damage he's caused, or has he pushed Brook too far? This time, Brook's intentions revealed a twist that changes everything. In a dramatic twist, Brook Logan reveals the true reason behind her decision to take the CEO position at Forrester Creations. Far from betraying Ridge, her move was a strategic effort to reclaim the company from Hope and Carter's control. Brook's actions were motivated by loyalty to the Forrester family and a desire to restore order to the company. This revelation turns Ridge's world upside down. His assumption that Brook had turned against him was the catalyst for his betrayal, but the truth paints a very different picture. Brook's unwavering commitment to the Forrester legacy underscores her strength and determination even in the face of personal turmoil. For Brook, the revelation is bittersweet. While it vindicates her actions, it also exposes the tragic lack of communication that led to Ridd's betrayal. This moment serves as a turning point in their relationship, forcing both characters to confront the misunderstandings that have driven them apart. Brook's battle with alcohol. A familiar demon returns as Brook processes Ridd's infidelity. She finds herself battling a familiar demon. Her struggle with alcoholism. Heartbreak has always been a trigger.